Hey, hi everyone. This is Tim, and here I am at Houdini's final resting place out in Queens, New York. This was just one of the many places that I have stopped uh, during my time out riding. This this was great. There's too much. There's not enough time for the to tell you the story about this, but anyhow, uh, I do a lot of themed rides, and a lot of people have been seeing them, and they've been interested in how do I approach putting together an itinerary of stops and keeping it cohesive and fun. So today I'm just going to show you quickly how I approach putting together my day of riding. So, the first thing that I generally do is just find out where you're going to be. Where are you going to be in New York, Jersey, wherever? Just recently, I did a trip to Connecticut. So the first thing that I would do is I would just go to Google and just hit weird, and then type in wherever you're going to do. So this was weird Connecticut, and from there you're just going to get a mess of different places that they're going to show you. But in particular, I just really want to show you. I won't show you all of them, but take as much time as you want. Dig in, find some crazy stuff. But in particular, roadsideamerica.com. This is just a wealth of knowledge about different strange things that are in state. You can go, and they go state by state, so you can use this for pretty much anywhere. The other one that I want to show you is what they call Atlas Obscura, and this is yet another one of those places that one of those websites that is just a wealth of information, and they'll show you all these crazy things that you can go to in each state, wherever you pick. So what I first do is I will go through these websites, and I will find places that I find interesting, and then I will take a open up notepad and just get like a little sort of piece of scrap paper, digital scrap paper, and then just start cut, copying and pasting the addresses of the places that I would like to go to. Now, just a few words just of note that, especially if you're like me, I like to go to abandoned places and places that aren't open anymore and all that type of stuff. And just look, especially those places, look to make sure that, first of all, that they even still standing, because a lot of these places have been demolished. So you're going to go stare at a pile of bricks. I don't think that's what you're looking for. The other thing too is make sure that that it's not you're not trespassing. Um, I've heard many a story of guys getting arrested going into places, and then another thing too is just make sure that you're not going into some place that's truly unsafe, where everything from collapsing buildings to caves that could cave in, old buildings that were made back in the day that were just nothing but filled with asbestos. Keep those things in mind. The other thing too is that if you are going to a place that is open, the 9 times out of 10 there's going to be some sort of admission fee. So just be prepared for that. Also have like your green key if you're going to be in New York or something like that. That always helps me a lot. A lot of times you can park for free or something to that effect. So okay, so with all of that said, what I will do is I will go through all of these, and here, for example, is a list of places that I would like to go to and visit. So then we go to the ever cumbersome and nefarious uh, Google Maps. Now, me and Google Maps have a very tumultuous relationship where I love it and I hate it. It's free, but it's not robust, but it does a lot of good things. And quite honestly, it does what I need it to do. So the next thing that you would do is you would cut. I've already done all the work here. Well, first thing I do is I put in the, I happen to live very close to what they call the Gateway Playhouse. It's a theater out in Bellport in Long Island, New York, and I live very close to it. I don't like to put my actual address, my personal address, because just for reasons. It's just a good thing not to do. So I just say that I start at the Gateway Playhouse, which is down here. Then what I do is I cut and paste all of those places that I wanted to see, and then lastly I will put in my starting point, because what that does for you is that it's going to tell you how long, because it's back and forth. It's going to tell you how long the trip is going to be and how many miles it's going to be. Now, as a Long Islander, I always go to this right here, route options, and it says ferries. Avoid ferries, because the whole idea is, for me anyway, is to ride the motorcycle. I don't feel that taking a boat to go ride, it's counterintuitive. So I usually do that. I hit close, and then here we have an extremely disorganized and convoluted map of what we're doing. This is not what we want to do. So the second thing that you do here is, now that you have all of your stops and attractions in, you kind of see what would be a logical way. So we come up here, Barnum Museum. It looks like it can kind of be first. So we take this one, we drag it underneath your starting point, and then it looks like the Connecticut Valley Hospital will probably be next. Johnsonville. Then we're going to do that right there. And then we're going to finish at Hearthstone Castle. Now, if you've noticed two things. A, we cut out a lot of time, and now it's 400 miles. Now, and we have a somewhat much more cohesive ride. Now, the other thing here is that I don't particularly like to take the same road twice, because you already saw it. So if you go to these on the blue line, if you see a little white dot and the finger, you're going to left click and drag, and you can move it so that you can go a different way. Who knows where this is going to bring me or what I'm going to see on the way. To me, that's a little bit of the fun. And there you go. So that would be a nice little ride right there. And this is essentially what the ride was that I did. Now, the other thing that you can do, now after you've done all of that, Google Maps has this terrible way of not being able to save your maps. Like, I can't just take this and save it. There's a way of doing it, and it's a big pain in the ass. And so what I usually do is I go to Menu, I go to Share or Embed Map, and what that's going to do is that's going to give me a link to this map, the saved map. So I copy the link, copy the clipboard. I will put it back onto my scrap paper over here on the bottom, and I'll just show you quickly. If you go and you open up a new tab and you put that in there, you paste it into there, dip, and you will have that map right there. So that's a great way of saving your map. What I usually do is I will actually go onto my Facebook page and I message myself, and then I send the map to me. So if I'm out and it gets a little dodgy, I can always call it back up again. So that's pretty much it. The last part of this right here is the final thing that I use is a app called Relive. And what it does is it gives you a stylized video of your travels of the day. You can also take photos with it. You can also take short videos with it. And it's nifty. A lot of people like it, so I use it. So I will show you that right after this. Just want to say thank you. I hope you found this uh, interesting and helpful. And just get out there and ride and have a great time and stop at places and eat food you've never eaten and talk to strangers and just get out there and just ride. All right. Thank you.